Hello, and welcome to the church office.
Thanks for stopping by.
Nailed it.
I panicked. As you started, I was like, wait a minute, what is it?
Nailed it. Absolutely
Thanks
nailed
for
it.
stopping by.
It is Wednesday of Holy Week. We are about to embark on, this is our major. We're coming off of the Masters, which was a major, which gave way to an idea that I had, which we'll talk about. You can kind of see behind us what we want to do. But this is for the Christian church as well.
Absolutely.
For the Christian
Easter
church.
is what it's all about.
The resurrection. Our church is built on the resurrection of Jesus. That's what we'll be talking about. And the resurrection fits with the whole story of God's plan of salvation because of Monday, Thursday, which we'll be talking about.
Yep.
Can't wait for that.
Yep.
Good Friday, which we'll both be talking about.
Yep.
Jesus' death on the cross. And then, of course, Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
And I believe if you're watching this online, it's probably really easy for you to flip over to our website. You see everything that's going on.
Yeah. Get the service times.
With the service times. So we don't need to rehash that here. But we did have some things that we're doing that we haven't done before that we wanted to talk about.
Absolutely,
as well.
Fun stuff.
All right. So before we do that, though, I did want to say, hey, for chapel, the band, I heard the band firing up This Little Gospel Light of Mine. Mm-hmm. With a little Jimi Hendrix type guitar there.
Yeah.
There was some stuff going on.
Yeah, this is like a new modern version of This Little Light of Mine. It does have some of the little more of the gospel melody, the gospel version melody. Right. And Tim was rocking out. It was great.
I heard that when I was there.
Yep.
Do you have a name yet for the band? I don't think mine is stuck, even though I like it. I call them Chapel Thrill.
Oh, Chapel Thrill.
It's a takeoff of Chapel Hill, which nobody knows here in Michigan. You have to be, if you lived in North Carolina, it'd be a great name, but we don't.
There have been some good
Chapel Thrill.
Good. I think it was an eighth grader came up with Deaf Panther instead of Deaf Leopard.
Oh, okay.
There's been some submissions, but no, we're still looking for a name.
We have to do some. The hair does not quite fit. With the Mr. Bodie. Mr. Bosman as well. All right, so that's on the agenda. We've been really busy with Easter. We don't have time to think of band names right now. Just yet.
Well, plus we can make a whole episode out of that, so we don't want to.
That's true.
We don't want to use that today.
That's true. We're going to save that. We're going to save that one. PJ, I did have. How is your baseball team doing? Last week we had our baseball games.
Yeah, the Bible baseball. We talked about that in the episode last week. My team won.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
Both of them? You have two teams.
So I've got a little kid team and a big kid team. Mm-hmm. I insisted that be the case.
Sure, of course,
right? The big kid team has not played yet. We just had the first gathering for the big kid team was a planning meeting. Okay. It was kind of like, hey, we're going to get the roster set. So I absolutely am going all out with this Bible baseball. And so I've got uniforms, and they're old CTK sports uniforms that aren't being used anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I've got hats. I had each kid pick their walk-up music. So they're going to have walk-up music.
You do have walk-up music.
Yeah, they're going to have walk-up music. I'm tracking full stats. So it's going to flash up on the screen when they come up to bat. It's going to flash their stats up there, with their walk-up music.
Have you sat down at a baseball game and scored the baseball game?
You know what? That is always I always see the guys doing that, and I think that's really cool. I like that because obviously you don't need to do that anymore. But there's plenty of guys that still do it. It's just a nostalgic thing, I guess.
I used to do it all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. Yeah.
So I've had some of the kids are going to keep stats for me, and it's going to be fun. Yeah.
So the older ones, their games on Tuesday afternoons.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Because so we don't have kindergartners playing against eighth graders. It's like 4th through 8th grade is a league.
Yeah, and that's my
kindergarten to 3 is a league. Yeah.
Jessica Bursa.
Yeah.
Led our young team to its first victory.
Oh, so you won.
Yeah, we won.
You got the W.
Friday, I had a previous commitment. Yeah. And so I had to bring in the assistant.
Yep.
And Jess led him to a victory.
Nice, that's good.
4-1.
Yeah.
She shot me a text right afterwards.
Yeah.
We won 4-1. It's like, all right, that'll way. Here's my question though. You say preparing for yesterday. I ran across a team. I'm not going to say who it was. Preparing in the gallery with the actual questions.
Oh.
And practicing by using the actual questions.
Wow.
And I said, time out. That can't be. In batting practice. You don't get to know exactly what the pitcher's going to throw.
Yeah.
That's the Houston Astros who did that years ago, and they got in big trouble.
Yeah.
There's batting practice, and then there's stealing signs.
Kind of feels like a
I
camera,
feel like
microphones in the locker room.
Thank you. Exactly. I feel like the commissioner might need to be alerted
involved here.
To this. I don't want to put a lot on Commissioner Bailey's plate, but anyway, just something to think about. Old book update, PJ.
Yeah, what is this old book?
You're gonna love this.
I see it's got the Luther seal on the front.
My wife Denise was going through, her mom's stuff, kind of, right. And this is my mom. This is my mother-in-law, Janice Otto.
Oh yeah.
And the book cost $1.10. It was published in 1945. Okay, and it is called Living with Luther, and it is the story of what it was like to live with Martin Luther, chapter by chapter.
Wow.
Luther's birth and childhood. Luther goes to school. Luther attends the University of Erfurt. And I thought in your Reformation class,
absolutely, that's what we're talking about.
You could borrow it.
Yeah.
You can't have it, obviously, but I certainly would let you borrow that.
Absolutely.
The thing, I look at this, and I think at some point somebody sat around at Concordia Publishing House and in 1940 or whatever it was, by 1945 said, you know what our church needs? You know what we're missing in the LCMS? Is a little booklet that describes what it was like to live with Martin Luther in the 16th century. And someone else said, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, how do we not have that?
Yeah.
So Denise brought this to me, and she said, Jay, do you want this? Do you want this book called Living with Luther? To which I said, I don't need it, but I feel like you should have it because you're the one living with Luther.
Yeah.
So Jackie could borrow it too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you get, if your Reformation class takes you to that place.
Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah. That's
up for
I'm going to put that to good use.
That's up for grabs.
And then I'll return it after the class because I got to be honest. Once this class is over, I'm never going to spend another second in my life thinking about Reformation history. No, that's not true. It's not. But I just.
Every Reformation Day that comes around,
that's true.
You're going to go back to your notes.
Yeah.
You're either going to go back to your notes
and June 25th.
You're going to ask me, hey, Jay, where's our copy of Living with Luther? That's what you will ask me, PJ. All right, PJ. Let's see. Easter, couple things.
Yeah.
Parking, again, reminder, if you're able, park across the street in the MJR lot or in the credit union lot. The people over there said that's fine too.
Yeah.
Either one. Just allow for as many spaces on the church side as possible for the sake of our folks who need that, can't walk as much, and especially our visitors.
For sure.
Okay. If you're here as a member, just, you might see a visitor who's here or a face you don't recognize. You're obviously going to see a face you don't recognize, but just know that if you see somebody who is looking around, and we all know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Step up.
Yeah.
Hey,
just
how
say
you
hi.
doing?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Hey, can I help you with anything like that?
Yep.
If you are visiting with us, and we sure hope that you are, if you're inviting a friend, if you look for someone with a lanyard, they can help out for some things.
Yeah, we're trying to make it obvious.
Trying to make it as best we can.
Who those welcome teams are. Yeah.
Yeah, as best we can. And that Easter breakfast is being served throughout that morning as well. So, so we got the parking. We got the
you got to come for breakfast.
Connection cards, come for breakfast as well. All right. Now, PJ, what I wanted to do before we jump into the games, because conclude with that, I was talking about the Masters Golf Tournament.
Yeah.
And listening to kind of their review, if you attend the tournament, which is a privilege, because it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
Where you choose to view the golf is a big deal.
Yeah, golf as a spectator sport it's different.
It's very different.
You don't just have a seat that you sit in and
follow
watch the thing happen.
People around the course, or you can just post up at a spot.
Yeah.
I attended the Buick Open a long time ago. Tiger Woods was playing, Warwick Hills up in Grand Blanc, and we followed Tiger for a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
And then we would go to spaces where we just post up and stay in a spot and watch the people go through.
Yeah.
Right? Which kind of got me to thinking, if you're attending worship here at CTK, you might be thinking, well, where's the best place to sit? Now, you might know that there are places to sit by coming here, but on Easter, right? Just want to. So that's
what this is right here.
Way to this right here. So if you can see this, that's what we got. So you said I could stand up here?
Yeah, you can stand. They can see you.
So here's the altar, all right? And what you're looking at, this is you. This is you.
Yeah.
You walk into church and you're going this way. That's why I have this.
Okay.
So this side, I call it the band side. So band and grand for the grand piano.
That is very
Band Grand.
The Band and Grand.
PJ, this is what they
said. You've been doing this a long time.
That's what they send you to the SEM for. They send you to the SEM for this. So the stained glass windows are here, represented by.
Oh, I didn't. That. Okay, that's the color.
Why that's there. And I'll tell you why that's there. I'll tell you why that's there. Left wing. I could have gone east or west.
Yeah.
But then we're hockey town, right?
Oh,
so
I see.
Left wing. Okay. Right wing.
Yeah.
Center. That's what we've got.
Yeah.
I've got the center divided up into the left and the right. First portion, second portion. L1, L2, R1, R2. That's a throwback to PlayStation. I figured that's
the
that's
buttons.
That's the way that you kind of let your younger generation know.
Yep.
And this is us. This is you and me.
Okay.
Typically, so that's the communion rail here.
Yep.
And the reason I have that there is the thing to be thinking about when you come to worship is if you want to see the preacher while he's preaching, just beware of the arches here. Okay.
Yeah, the posts.
The posts which are there, kind of the way that is. And the reason is if you're sitting here, you can see how you would have an obstructed view seat depending on where you're at. The one thing I did forget, and this is how high tech this is, PJ. This is not to scale. I do need to get down there. So your screens are roughly here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in seeing screens, which is there, it will help you from that standpoint. And so I'm thinking to myself, where is a convenient place to sit? Restrooms are out here, if that matters, right? So you're exiting in this way. Yep. Beware where the post is. Know where the screens are as well. The best place for me, PJ, is I'm thinking about.
Yeah, what is your favorite?
My favorite for this is going to sound for Easter. I want to be able to see these windows.
Oh, okay. With the sun shining.
Yes, I want to be able to see kind of that. You do have the sun in the morning that can get kind of dicey coming in this area right there because that's where the sun is. Yep. This is the east. The sun goes there.
Yep.
But for me, if you had to pick something, I'd go right in between these two. I would go right here. That would be
on the wing too. Wow, I like that.
Yeah, because why? I can see this here, and look at the view of those windows which are there.
Yeah,
you can almost see them. The screen doesn't quite get in the way. Same thing kind of over here. So it's kind of, if you want to be able to see the windows, you kind of want to go in kind of this area up in there. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right there in this general area there. If you want to, if you're like me and you kind of like this in class, I don't know about you. When you walked into a classroom, where'd you want to sit? Where's the first place you looked?
Well, as a kid, as far back as possible. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. And so, I mean, if you're a good Lutheran, you're getting here. This is the way in which the sanctuary fills up from here up as well.
For sure, yeah.
And then the other Lutherans, the late Lutherans have to sit there in the front row. So that kind of shows you kind of where you're at. It gives you something to consider as we're moving in. So the front row. Did I tell you the story about? Remember the movie Titanic when it first came out?
Yeah.
All right. Denise and I went to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the SEM at the time, and we were young. We kind of just got married, and let's go see this Titanic movie. And we got there a little bit late, and it was almost sold out.
Yeah.
And we literally sat in the front row.
And really,
and we
watched
up with that because that's back in the old days before the
recliners. Dude. Now the front seat's not so bad.
Yes, right.
I sat in the front seat. I don't know, 2 months ago at the MJR here.
Yeah,
you put that recliner all the way back, and it's okay. It's not too bad that front row. Yeah. So
no, back in 1991, it was
you're just sitting in a wooden chair, no padding.
That ship was huge.
Yeah.
That ship was huge. It was a Titanic ship.
Yeah.
PJ, tell us about these bracelets.
Okay, these are cool.
You guys to know about the bracelets because we've got something here, and also don't even forget it connects with the pictures because so many people take pictures.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We kind of want to promote that as well, and not just this Sunday, but after Easter season. PJ, go.
So if you have not stopped, even now, we have the welcome desk set up on Sunday mornings now. It's been set up for, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks or so. And that is 100% for visitors, right? We want visitors to stop by there and have a conversation with someone. But absolutely, members, stop by that desk and say hi to Jessica.
Yes.
And particularly this week, so this was Jessica, this is all from Jessica's mind here for a special Easter thing. These are all different bracelets. Okay, and every single person that walks in the door this Sunday is going to be handed a bracelet.
We want you to get a bracelet.
On everybody, right? So we've got enough for everybody that's going to walk in the door, kids, adults, everybody. And so you're going to get to choose what color you want, and each one also has something different on it. Have you read what's on each bracelet?
I went
already?
with the blue one. I already got mine.
That's
I went with the blue. It was more of a color one than anything else, but I do love the verse, obviously, Proverbs 3:5.
Yep.
But of the colors that were there, I just thought the blue one obviously jumped out at me.
Yeah, I mean, blue is sort of your. Now, I actually, color-wise, I think I like yellow, and orange the best.
Okay,
but Proverbs. No, this is a quote from Proverbs 3:5. But Proverbs 3:5 reminds me of the Shema. This is trust with all your heart, but love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul, mind. Right. So that's because a couple of these are verses and a couple of them are just like sayings.
They are.
Yeah, I think some of them.
Be thankful. Yeah. Okay. The purple one.
Yeah. So this is a quote from 2 Timothy about the giving. So maybe they're all based on a scripture at least. This one's from 1 Corinthians 13. The orange one is.
Yep.
So I think I'll probably. 1 Corinthians 13. That is good. I think I'm going to go yellow.
Okay.
Mostly a color decision. But anyway, so you'll get to choose what color you want, which saying you want. And I think it'll look nice. It'll look neat for us all to have these on it. And they're different colors, but we'll all have one. And that'll be kind of a neat thing that we all are doing together in our Easter celebration. And then Jess is absolutely encouraging everyone to take a picture with it and throw it on your social media. And hey, this is what we did at church this morning to celebrate Easter, to celebrate the fact that Jesus is alive. So I think that's going to be a really, really fun thing.
Is there hash browns with this? Is there hash browns?
Hash browns?
That's a
hash browns with breakfast?
Yeah, hashtags.
Oh, hashtags.
I get them
hash browns, hashtag.
I get them mixed up.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? So it's the pound sign, right?
Sure, whatever. Yeah.
The younger kids, like for sure my kids.
Yeah.
You say the pound sign to them? What do you?
Right.
They know that symbol as hashtag.
Oh, that's how they know it.
As the hashtag. Yeah.
Fascinating. So that's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't try to talk to a kid about the pound symbol. I don't know what it is.
No idea.
I don't know. They couldn't dial a phone probably. If you had.
3 great places to take pictures too.
Oh, that's have those right. Set up. Yeah.
3 of them. Tell them, PJ.
Yeah, family pictures, right? I mean,
family pictures. Yeah.
Usually people are a little more dressed up on Easter, and so it's a great time to take a family picture.
Get your family picture with your bracelets.
Yeah. So we've got the Easter lilies that are in the big huge tree. So it's just the whole back. It's beautiful when the Easter lilies are on the big tree.
Yep.
So that'll be set up as well. And the cross that's draped for Easter is a great family picture spot. And then
it'll be draped in white.
It'll be draped in white for Easter. Right now it's got purple. We're gonna see black on it, and then it'll be white for Easter. And then the Reformation door that made its debut just this last year for Reformation Day.
Yeah.
We set that up for Christmas, and that was a nice Christmas picture spot. And now it's gonna be another Easter. So we'll put some lilies around that. And have that, so it's got a big white cross on it. That'll be a nice spot as well. So.
Yeah, I think for Christmas we had the regular side.
Yep.
Put a wreath on there, so it had a Christmas feel to it, and we'll flip it around. We'll have the white cross on there, and it has an Easter feel.
Another little known, you don't get at the seminary, but the level of interior decorating in pastoral ministry,
like anything else in life, PJ, you will find. We are only as good as the women who help us do things.
Yeah, I have no idea about the pictures, but people that do know will get that stuff set up, and it's going to be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If we are successful, it's because Denise and Jackie are doing an awesome job. Just an awesome job, as well as everyone else on the staff.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Once again, shout out to our good friends at White Furniture. Got to check in with Scott.
Yeah.
Scott's got to be very excited as spring rolls around. We both in our neighborhood. We love the spring. We love getting outside. We love the nice weather. And I mowed my yard for the first time on Sunday. Sunday, right after church, before the Masters teed off, I got out there and mowed the yard for the first time.
I heard our guys were out this morning working on the property here.
There's just something about that first
Can't believe it's time,
of the season. That just brings a lot of joy and hope. Yes, spring is there.
It's going to be a good week.
Yep. And that's a nice thing about this late Easter. I think we got some nice weather.
Yeah.
And again, look forward to seeing you. Hey, if you're visiting with us, or maybe you're bringing a friend. If you're bringing a friend, please. I know that PJ and I, we're super busy on that Sunday. And it looks like we're running around with our heads caught up because we are.
For sure.
Right. We're forgetting something. We're picking up new battery in the mic, whatever. Please, if you're bringing a friend, introduce us. just
absolutely,
just wave us down.
That's the most important
thing is for PJ and I and all of our staff just to meet as many new people and welcome as many new people and say hi to folks that maybe we haven't seen in a while, in a long time. So please, I know it looks like we're like too busy. We're not. We're never too busy to say hi, especially on this weekend, on Easter weekend. We cannot wait to celebrate Jesus' resurrection as a community of faith, as a family in Christ. We look forward to seeing you this weekend at Easter. He is risen. He is risen indeed.